Story time on how I did the do at school. This is a no judgment zone. Like, do not come in my like if you don't know what my page is about by now, you're gonna have to just scroll and come back when you're ready. So it was this dude, and he was my first love. This was my very first love, y'all. You'll be like, how many first loves you got? I only had two. This was my first love. He also took my E card, right? And he just had me like so hypnotized. Like I did anything for him, anything he told me to do, anything he wanted me to do. I cut everybody off. You can ask anybody that went to school with me. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't have friends. I wasn't allowed to have friends. Like I literally made a list of rules that he had for me. He was really strict. He did not play that. And whatever he wanted his program to be, I just went with it. I shut up and I did what he wanted me to do. That is crazy, but it's the truth. And I was at this like little school event or whatever that he was having at his school, and of course he could bring people. So like I was at this little event or whatever, and while we're waiting, we had to go to like an auditorium because I don't really remember exactly why. I just remember we had to go in there before like the event started, and it wasn't nobody in there but me, him, and like his homeboys type shit. Like it wasn't really many people in there. So we like basically all the way in the auditorium. His homeboys like down there type shit, and I don't really know. I guess he told them like, yo, I'm trying to blah 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 blah. So maybe he told them to leave. I don't really know, but they left. So that's what I'm kind of just thinking. And he told me, he was like, yeah, like we should do this, and I'm telling him like, no, like that's too far, like it's cameras, it's all types of shit, like that's just anything happen, like that's too far. But then again, I was like, well, it's not my school, so if I did get caught, and then the school that he went to wasn't even in my district, like it was bad for us. So I'm kind of like, So we had to bring it anyway, because like for the event, it was like I don't know what it was, but it was like something going on for like that whole week. It was like movie night, like arcade, like it was just a whole bunch going on, and that was movie night, so we had blankets and stuff. But they were like, oh, just act like we're like laying side by side, like don't sit on me because that's too suspicious, but like they would like sit side by side, type shit, da 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 blah 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 blah. This is like what we did. I sat by him. We kind of played it off, like we put the blanket on that side, and like I'm trying to like take a nap type shit, and I was like laying down and I had my iPad on, like watching stuff, like playing it off, you know, just in case it was cameras and stuff, like if they look at it, it's not too bad. And I turned to the side, and that was that. And I know y'all be like, oh my gosh, you're such a warrior. Guys, back then I wasn't even a whore for real. Like I guess if you want to call that me a whore, but like I don't know, I was in love, like I don't know. And then if I said no, he probably was gonna beat the shit out of me. So I was like, okay, thanks for the story time.
Okay, so today's a story time of how my African mum caught a girl in my room. Okay, so we all know how African parents are with like girls and boys, boyfriend and girlfriend. Like they don't let all of that slide. Like a girl going into a guy's room, hey, mythical. But me, on the other hand, I like to break rules. So I think it's like a Friday, something like that. So yeah, my ex, she must have gone to a party. I didn't really care because it was like cool, whatever, brush. I'm at home, just chilling. So obviously, I'm stalking the party. I'm stalking her. I can't even lie. I'm stalking the party. I'm seeing what's going on, like what's happening there and there. And then I realized that the party's ended. And then she goes back to her friend's house. And I'm thinking, yo, like, my crib it's not free, but I can sneak someone in. I've never done this before, but I feel like I've got the power to do it. Today I'm feeling special. So yeah, I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling like Thanos. I think I can get away with anything. I'm feeling a bit mischievous. So I'm like, say nothing, come my crib. And then she's like, how do? And I'm like, I'm gonna sneak you in. Just trust me, it's gonna work. Bear in mind, yeah, this is my room and this is my mom's room. So it's like, my mom can hear, see, everything. So yeah, I'm telling her like, yeah, it's cool, don't worry. I'm gonna sneak you in through the door. I'm gonna open the door quietly. I'm gonna walk downstairs. No one's gonna see me. It's all right. I was trying to persuade her because she wasn't believing me, but I was like, trust me. Like, why would I ever lie to you? So yeah, persuading happens. Yeah, say no more, cool. She comes to my crib. She says she's downstairs. I had to do the little tippy toes, because you know that at night everything is so loud. So you had to go downstairs quietly, get the door, open the door, and then take her upstairs as well. But like in synchrony, so it doesn't seem like there's two people. In synchrony, up the stairs. My mom's room is closed. My mom's door is closed. So it's like, calm, it's cool. We're about to get away with this. Say man, up the stairs, into the room. I'm thinking, yes! I've done it. No one can stop me. So yeah, I closed my door. I'm with her. I'm enjoying life, man. I'm enjoying being a little spoon. I had a good night's sleep. I was thinking, yes, man. Don't flip it, test me. So yeah, I wake up, have a good sleep. You know, we're bantering. My mom's downstairs. She doesn't open my door. Like, she doesn't come into my room. So yeah, I'm thinking calm pattern. Like, when my mom takes my sister to like swimming, I'm gonna tell her to leave. Everything's calm. Had a good day. Plan successful. Nope, didn't turn out that way. We were talking, and then my brother opens the door. He sees her. I'm thinking, shit, my brother's gonna snake me.
bored, so let me tell y'all how I almost got kicked the fuck out at the ripe age of 16. So basically, I had went to this party. My mom had said I could go, but then she changed her mind last minute. And I still went anyway, because I was like, fuck that. And I don't know, 16-year-old me was just a different person. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, you can't switch up on me and say I can't go. I thought I told the whole county I'm finna pop out at this kissing. So my mom was at work. She's gonna be watching me leave out on the ring doorbell. She's like,
Christiana, turn the fuck around.
I just ignored her text, got in the car. On the way to Kingston, the whole way there to like the Kingston, and we were in Kingston, it was in Kingston, so like the whole way there, bro, I was just getting death threats from my mom. And she was like, I'm gonna fuck you up, turn around right now. The girls in the back were like, are you okay? Because I was like abnormally quiet, and I'm usually running my fucking mouth. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Whew, we got to the Kingston kind of early, and you know you don't really get popping until like 10 or 11, so it was kind of like dry as fuck. I'm looking at my phone. My mom cut off my phone. She cut off the data. There was no data. So I'm in Kingston, at a Kingston, no data. I'm like, that's when I knew shit was serious. Because what the fuck? So the party finally gets started hours later. We lit, dancing, everything. Then it's time to go home. The girl's like, Chris, you need to drop you off? I'm like, yeah, but not home. I was like, can y'all drop me off to a friend's house? I had texted my friend, I was like, please ask your moms, can I stay with you, bro? I'm like, I'm fucking cooked. I told her everything that went down. I was like, I'm cooked. My mom ended up turning my phone back on. Later, for me to get 40 messages. Y'all, if y'all would have seen those messages, it was like, please come back home, I love you.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm gonna call the cops. Come back home. I was so shocked, bro. I was like, no, I was like, this is when I knew I fucked up. And I should have just went back home, but like, I went to my friend's house because I was scared that she was gonna like beat the living shit out of me. So I get to my friend's house and I'm just like there. I stayed the night there. The next morning, like we go like to La Rancherita with our other friend. And while I'm at La Rancherita, I'm still like fucking rethinking my life choices of what I did. And they're like, do you want to go mini golfing? Do you want to go mini golfing? This is like a fucking mini golfing moment. Like I'm literally homeless right now. You think I just have money to go spend on mini golfing? So I'm like, bro, just take me home. My mom's like,
Come in here, pack a fucking bag, and leave.
yeah, I was fucking cooked. I walk upstairs to like go pack my shit, bro. My mom flipped my fucking room upside down. Like, I mean, everything was scattered every fucking where. My fucking bed was in my closet. My closet was in trash bags. My bathroom was in trash bags. There was so much random shit scattered on the floor. I was like, oh my fuck. So that's why I knew I fucked up. So as I'm packing my shit, I'm getting ready to go, walking out downstairs. She texts me and she like,
Bring that phone and card.
I ran so fast to my friend's car. I'm like, fuck no. I'm not about to be homeless, phoneless, and no money. And she was trying to take my child support card. So I go to my friend's house. I'm there for like an hour and 30 minutes. My mom randomly texts me, says, can you come back home? I said yes, without a doubt. I'm coming back. Like, I'm coming back home. I probably stayed in the driveway like 30 minutes before I actually knocked on the door to come back in. And then I went back upstairs, cleaned my room up, and just tried to pretend like nothing ever happened. My mom gave me the silent treatment for like 7 fucking days, like a whole week. And my phone continued, like she turned my phone back off until like I told her like I needed it turned on for work so I could take you to pick me up. But after that, I learned my lesson. Like, I'm never doing that shit again. Like, bro, like I saw a different side of my mom I've never seen before. So before you think to go to that party, just think like, is it really worth it? And I remember like a month or 2 months after the situation had happened, my mom was on the phone with her friend talking and laughing about it. But it wasn't funny then, was it? Then she brought it up to me and she was like, remember when you did that?
He sent me 80 death threats, threatening to call the cops, threatening to send it with my dad, threatening to kick me out.
How could I forget?
But then again, that's my fault, bro. That's my fault.
Never let a man come over to your house after a first date. And if you used to do that, you're not going to do that after the story time. Let's go. I also forget to mention that it's a true story time. Yeah, let us begin. The story starts off with this young girl. She goes on a first date with this guy. They go out to get dinner. And honestly, he was a green flag all throughout. Like, he was nice to the waitresses. He paid for the bill. Like, no red flags at all. This is why no matter how normal or nice a guy seems to be, you can never trust them too quickly because the story's like this. The dinner goes great, he pays the bill, and then they just go about their day and they go to their own homes. So obviously this is a respectful man, right? Like, he didn't even try to like get her to come over and didn't ask to go over to her house yet. So she goes home and then she gets a call from him and he's basically saying how he can't find his key, his roommate is not answering the phone, and if he could just come over for the time being until either his roommate answers the phone or he finds his key somehow. And she obviously said yes because, once again, no red flags. He comes over, they're having a blast, they're just sitting on the couch, talking, vibing, and then it just gets really late. So she's like, hey, you can sleep on the couch until you figure things out. I'm gonna go to my room. And something told her to lock the door. Obviously, she lives alone. She doesn't normally lock the door, but something, an instinct, A woman's instinct is always right. So she ends up locking the door and then just going to sleep. A couple hours pass and then she gets a knock on her bedroom door and it's him asking for a phone charger because his died. Something told her once again, don't open the door, just tell him where it is. So she does not move and she says, it's on the kitchen counter, like, help yourself. And he says thank you and then he goes about his business and then she just goes back to bed. Okay, this is where it gets a little for me. A couple minutes go by and then he comes back and knocks on the door and says, hey, like, this charger's not working, like, do you have a charger in your room that I can borrow? Something just like raises a flag in her head, like, hey, something's wrong. Why does he want to get into my room so bad? So she calls the police. After she calls the police, she hears like the door kind of opening. She hears like a bunch of commotion outside. And then a couple minutes later, the police knock on her bedroom door and say, hey, like, you're safe. He's in custody. Come outside and look at your living room. Guess what she saw? Please, just pause the video. I want you guys to guess first before you actually hear what it is. So she walks out from her bedroom to her living room with the police and she sees her whole living room fully plastered and she just sees a box of power tools. So drills, axes, you name it, it was in that power tool box. If she left her room and she didn't use her womanly instincts, you guys, women, we're never wrong. I said what I said and I meant it. If she did not just listen to her instincts, she would have been gone. I'm so scared for women. Like, we're not safe ever. And it's really sad. I really want to know how she felt in that moment. Like, just to be like, whoa, like, I just listened to my gut and that's the main reason I'm still alive till this day. Like, if you're watching this, I'm so proud of you. And I hope you know that. Moral of the story is a man can be so normal, have the perfect job, and just be a walking green flag and still not be the person that you think he is. So just don't let anyone into your home. Make sure that you guys run a background check first. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
I need you to listen to this. I'm on a flight home, San Francisco to Chicago. A guy and girl get sat next to each other. They do not know each other. They are hee-hee-hawing. They're having great conversation. They are talking for about a good 2 hours. She buys herself a drink and him a drink. She goes to buy the second round. He declines. They're about a good 2 hours into this conversation when he decides to tell her that he has a girlfriend. She says, very loudly, might I add, because I am a row and a half away. Why did you wait 2 drinks in to tell me that you had a girlfriend? He responds by saying, I mean, that's kind of weird to just upfront say like, hey, I have a girlfriend. She goes, I'm over here thinking we fell in love and this is the start of our love story. The girl in the aisle in front of me starts giggling. This girl over here that's talking to the guy recruits the girl across the aisle from her and goes, isn't that messed up? He waited until I bought him 2 drinks and we were talking for 2 hours to tell me that he had a girlfriend. Miss Recruiter Girl goes, oh my gosh, why did you wait so long to tell her you had a girlfriend? The guy is now in the hot seat. Miss Girl goes, yeah, and his girlfriend is not even on his phone screensaver. Huge red flag. Girl in front of me, Miss Recruiter, is like giggling at all of this. Miss Girl goes, wait, are you guys not even Instagram official? How long have you guys even been dating? The guy says, we live together. We've been dating for 2 years. Both girls gasp. Miss Girl then repeats again, oh my gosh, and I thought this was our love story. I thought we were in love. She then tells guy and girl she is a phenomenal actress and it would be such a great idea for her to do a bit of them being married and her breaking up with him, only knowing each other for 4 hours. She then, the girl, starts doing the bit on the plane as we're descending and says, how dare you cheat on me? That was my grandmother's ring. I'm leaving you. The guy is visibly uncomfortable. There were not snakes on this plane. There was silence. If I ever seen a situation where somebody didn't know how to read a room, it was this situation. Everybody on the plane, minus the girl, but plus the guy, were all shooting each other looks like, I'm starting to realize that maybe this girl is intoxicated. She then goes to said man, is your girlfriend picking you up from the airport? He starts stumbling over his words. She goes, oh my goodness, I'm going to follow you out of the airport so I can meet her. Miss Recruiter Girl, who's sitting in front of me, realizes this is maybe not a good situation anymore. It's not a joke anymore. It's not funny. She goes, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think this is going to end well. Miss Girl goes, I was just kidding. It was all just jokes. But I really did think we were in love. At this point, the line is being blurred of what is funny, what is a joke, what is serious, what is going on. The plane lands. Girl, hold on. Go to part 2.
Story of the time my boyfriend's girlfriend dragged me and threw me out the house. So at this time, I was 15, fast, and a liar. So my parents ain't never believed shit that I said. I was also real active on social media, so I was always posting. One day, I posted this video, and this guy had swiped up and replied. We gonna call him Noah. Now, Noah, me and him, after he replied, was talking for like 3 months straight. We get to know each other and all that. He told me he was 17, right? And you know me, I believed him. So boom, in the midst of us talking, we'd never really seen each other. But he's buying me clothes, food, jewelry, like really taking care of me from a distance. And I never once questioned, like, where the fuck are you getting this money? So boom, fast forward, it was a Tuesday, we ain't had no school, so he like, yeah, you want to meet up in real life? I'm kind of scared, because nigga, I ain't never met you, but you know what? Fuck it, we ball. So boom, later in the afternoon, he come and pick me up in his car. 17 with a car? You must got some good ass grades. And as I'm walking to the car, I'm noticing some things that don't give 17. I'm seeing a beard, a mustache. Puberty hit your ass like a truck. How hard did that shit hit you? You looking more like an uncle, but you know, I shrugged it off. I get in the car, we chopping it up. He take me to his crib. Now we get in the crib, he take me to his room, and we really just laid up and booed up for a hot little minute. We sitting there chatting it up for hours. But bitch, I gotta go home. My man be waiting for me. She don't even know I'm here. He take me home, I get dropped off. Scotch free. I ain't get caught the first time. I'm doing this for weeks now. Now that I'm going outside more than usual, you know, I gotta start lying to my mother because she wondering, where the fuck is you going? I start telling her I'm going to my homegirl Maya house. So boom, one day I tell her I'm going to Maya house. I go to Noah house. 4 a.m. I'm laid up with Noah, phone on D&D. I wake up and check my notifications. It's Maya. Why would you tell your parents you're at my house? Are you good? Are you safe? I hope you are, because your mother looking for you. Who? Looking for who? Bitch, I got the messages 2 hours ago. Dumbass phone on D&D. I'm laid up having a time. But hold on, because she ain't the only one that texts me. My heart dropped to my ass. I know you're not at Maya's house. Get your ass home right now. It's 4 in the morning. I'm shaking, scared. I'm having heart palpitations and shit. I wake his ass up. Noah! He wake up. What? Get me home now! So he see I'm panicking. He hop up. We put our clothes on. Boom. He slide my ass home quick as fuck. Now I'm thinking it's early in the fucking morning. I'm gonna be straight when I walk through this door. I can just run in my room. Put my keys in the door. Open that bitch. My mother slapped the shit out of me. I'm seeing colors, hearing shapes. I get to tearing up in the door. Where the fuck you been at? I plead the fifth. She took everything. My phone, iPad, computer, beats. Bitch, my birthday in 3 days. She done took my birthday away. But I don't even give a fuck. I miss my man. But it's a school night, so after she took all that shit, she said, take your ass to bed. Alright, about 5 o'clock. I gotta wake up in an hour. I walked to school sad as fuck. I'm in the hallways. You would have thought I was in a depressive state. I wasn't talking to nobody. Lunchtime roll around. I'm just sitting there thinking about my nigga. Ding, ding, ding. Light bulb. I get the bright idea. Why did I just skip school to go see my nigga? I asked my homegirl for her phone because, you know, I ain't got my shit. Noah, please come get me. I can't text you off my phone. It's took. He like, from where? I give him that Addy. He like, so how you text me now? My homegirl phone. He like, cool, bet. I'm ready to slide. So boom, he meet me at the address I gave him. I'm maxed up, hoodie up. I'm skipping out the door. I'm happy as shit. Sneak out to school successfully. Or so I thought. I meet up with my nigga, we go straight to his house. He let me in, we go straight to the room. We booed up, chilling. I'm having a grand old time. My man, I was gonna buy a scoop about to let out. I hear somebody knocking at the door. I'm thinking like, who the fuck could this be? Noah, hop up. Stay here. He go to open the door. I hear a female voice. No, bitch, I'm not staying here. I'm getting the fuck up. Who that? She see me. I see her. She look at him. Who the fuck is that? Oh, get the stuttering. That's my friend. Friend? Who your fucking friend? You been spending money on me. I done been here for a couple weeks. We been together for like 3-4 months. Nigga, I just skipped school to see you. You just picked me up. The girl heard school. She looked shocked as fuck. School? Look, girl, how old are you? Nah, I'm getting a little scared. 15? She smacked the shit out of Noah. You fucking with a 15-year-old? You fucking 21. 21? The fuck is you doing messing with a 15-year-old? I'm flabbergasted, bitch. 21? You told me you was 17. Smack. She smacked him again. He looking dumb as fuck. I'm at the top of the steps shaking my head. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Bing. My phone go off. It's a text from my mother. Where the fuck you at? Ooh. I'm scared of shit trying to respond, but then I see something on my peripheral. The lady coming up the steps. She done jacked me up and dragged me down the steps. I'm 15. I'm little as fuck. This bitch is huge. Clearly a grown-ass woman. I'm scared to fight back. Bitch gonna whoop my ass. This bitch literally threw me out the house like she was taking the trash out. She like, take your young ass home before I whoop your ass. My fault, auntie. Took the walk of shame to the bus stop. I took the bus home. I told my mother what happened. She ain't believe a word coming out of my mouth. But all she knew is I snuck out of school. And I was done for. I was a goner for like 5 months straight.
Non-traditional things my older brother did to me as a child when he would babysit. The first one is tie me up and throw me down the stairs. My older brother would use duct tape to tie my wrists and my ankles together, and then he would either shove or throw me from the top of the stairs. This leads to the second one. He would rip off the duct tape super hard and like wax the hairs off my arms and legs. And like I have like relatively a lot of hair on my arms and legs. So as you can imagine, it hurt. My older brother would make us play this game where he would turn off all the lights in the house and he would actually turn off the power in some areas of the house. And he would lock us in different rooms and write us little creepy messages that had like symbolism in them. For example, one I can remember would be like, don't touch the banana. And it would mean like, don't touch the phone, or like, don't call mom and dad, or else you're gonna, you know what I mean? And then if we tried to escape the room, he would like come out of nowhere and like drag you back into the room, or like throw you, or like throw something super hard, like straight your direction. Like it felt like 100 miles per hour. Oh yeah, in the summertime, my brother would lock us out of the house because my parents would be gone at work. So we would wake up, be forced to clean the entire house, and he would lock us outside because he didn't want us to mess up the house. And then we could either go outside and play or just like sit in the garage, which was hot, obviously. I had a big jug of juice that he would put either Kool-Aid or lemonade in there so we could drink as much like liquid as we wanted. He'd also give us water. He would give us lunch, but he would like crack the door open and slide it out like on plates. And like if we tried to like bust in or like try to overpower him, then we would be punished. It was even worse when my older sister from Texas would visit, because then it was like 2 of them. And if we had to use the bathroom, they would like walk us one by one like prisoners to the bathroom. And then if we would try to like overpower them, run away, or do anything like that, of course, we would be punished. Let me know if you guys want a part 2, because I could talk about different things that he did to us for hours. My older brother just made a TikTok, so I want to expose everything that he did to me as retaliation. We have a good relationship now, so don't do too much. It's just, you know, we went through a lot of stuff as kids.
Let me give you a story time on how I found out that the father of my child was cheating on me with his mother, and his mother ended up being pregnant. Yes, bitch. So this was about 5 years ago, and you know, everything was going smooth, you know, cool, calm, collect, whatever. One day, I just was getting weird fucking vibes out of no fucking where from his mother. Like, is you cool, ho? So she walked up to me and she said, do you really love my son like you say you do? And I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? Remind you, I've been dating him for fucking years. So I'm like, what? Huh? In the back of my head, I'm like, he's proposed to me. Like, is this motherfucker finna propose? Because that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I ain't thinking about shit else. So I was like, yes. So after that, she ain't say shit. Like, days and days, months and months go by. Every time we came over to the family house to go see her, she just took her nose up at me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I tell the father of my child, and he was like, oh, it's nothing. She always act like that. Remind you, I've been in a relationship this fucking long, and I ain't never seen this type of reaction from her. What you mean she always act like this, bitch? No, the fuck she don't. Okay, so fast forward to she was asking me, she was like, where's my grandson? I was like, he's with my mother. Y'all, she stormed out, went in her car, and left. I'm looking like, what the fuck is the fucking problem? Like, remind you, a lot of shit been building up this whole entire time. But, you know, I'm respectful. I ain't got time for all the rah-rah. I do not try to, you know, disrespect my elders. That's not me. So, of course, the father of my child went and followed her. And I'm like, so I got his location. I got that location. Why the fuck do I see both of them are at a hotel? The only reason I know that both of them are in a hotel because I FaceTime him. And I said, are y'all okay? What is going on? What's the problem? So he was like, oh, no, we good. I just had to calm her down. We at a hotel, etc., etc. He flipped the camera. He showed it to me. And I'm like, calm her down for what? What the fuck is going on? So she tried to make this big excuse like, oh, I wanted to see my grandson, but he's over there with your mother. Like, this just not her motherfucking grandchild, too. Like, are you cool? Reminded you, I'm a mother at the end of the day. I needed a motherfucking break. And I got my motherfucking break. So, okay, boom. They ended up coming back. It took them 3 hours to come the fuck back. I was blowing this man's phone like, where are y'all? I'm thinking like the worst of the worst done happened. Like somebody got in the rape. Like that's what I'm thinking. Cause like everybody just went MIA. Okay, remind you, it's nighttime now. They end up pulling up. So I'm nervous. I'm like shaking like, what the fuck is going on? Like, are y'all okay? He was like, chill. Yeah, we okay. I was like, okay, cool. So he was like, let's go home. I was like, okay, cool. Got in the car. Why in the fuck do I smell like a sex odor? A sex odor. Y'all know what the fuck that smell is. nothing but pussy. So I was like, who been in this fucking car? I got the fuck up so motherfucking fast. I said, who been in this motherfucking car? He was like, nobody. The only person who been in this car was my mom. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? So I'm like, why the fuck do it smell like that in here then? He was like, oh, I don't smell shit. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, you always doing this shit, da-da-da-da-da-da. Trying to make an argument. Narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. So I'm like, bitch, don't play with me like I'm dumb as fuck. Bitch, I smell pussy. Then I asked him, I said, so where the fuck is her car if she was in the car? Like, I'm thinking, like, this a lie now. Because what the fuck is going on? What you lying? Why you lying for? So he ended up telling me her husband went and picked up the car and I dropped her off. I said, dropped her off where? This bitch gonna say, I dropped her off to my grandmama's house. Her mom. I said, okay. I'm quiet. Sitting in the car, we riding. We got like a good 30-minute drive to go home. So while we driving, the new model cars, it beeps when you got your seatbelt on. So the motherfucker kept beeping and it would not stop. And it was because of me, I had my seatbelt on. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this bitch on. That's what I'm saying in my head. So I'm looking down and I see a fucking condom, y'all. A motherfucking condom. You know what? Just watch the next motherfucking video. Because I'm heated on this one. I need to cool the fuck off. Part 2 in the next fucking video.
Get rid of me while I tell you about the time that a kid in my school got in the school bathroom. So this was in 7th grade, and this kid, we're gonna call him Tom. Tom was not well known in our school at all. He was like the shadow in the background. Like, he was not known at all. And the girl that gave him head in the bathroom, we're gonna call her Yume. So one day at lunch, I don't really eat lunch at school, but I went to the bathroom to take a piss, right? And I walk into the girls' bathroom and I literally, I kid you not, I see Yume and Tom. Yume is on her knees doing activities. And I walked in on that. I had to be the one that walked in on that. Yeah. Mind you, it was like in the bathroom, like in the open, not in a stall or anything, just like first thing I saw when I walked in. So try to imagine that. Try to think about how I felt in that situation and get back to me on that. I was obviously in pure shock, so I literally like stood there for a good like 2 seconds just like staring. But unfortunate for those two, there is always a counselor like patrolling the halls of like the lunch bathroom. So she sees me like holding the door open, standing still. She's like, what's going on? She walks up and she sees what happened. And yeah, basically it was a whole thing. She told me to go back to lunch. I did not get to pee. She told me to go back to lunch, and they were like called into the office, and like everyone found out. Tom was like suspended for like, I don't know how many months, but like a good amount of months. Like, he missed like a good like third of 7th grade because of that. Dude, I had to like testify on what I saw. Like, it was kind of traumatizing, you know, never seen that before in the flesh. But yeah, there are so many more crazy things that kid has done at our school. So if you want to know, let me know to like do more of these stories, because like my school is crazy. I have so many stories to tell. I hope you enjoyed.
Okay, story time, but I'm only gonna have this up like till tomorrow. Okay, but like low-key, let me know if I'm like wrong or like if I'm overreacting. Cause hold on. First of all, TikTok need to break me out this fucking 300 jail view thing. Like, bro. Okay, so I'm just sitting here like thinking, like the fact that I had to cut off one of my closest friends, like what, a month ago? I don't even know. But basically, I went on a trip with her. It's always a trip. Like, I literally cut off my other best friend because of a trip. Okay, so boom. I thought it was gonna be different with her, so I went on a trip to California, San Diego, right? And boom, on this trip, me and her shared a room at the Airbnb because I was going with her friends, right? So obviously, since I'm going with her friends, like me and her share a room because I know her the most, and like I barely know the people I'm going with, right? So when we get to Airbnb, like the drive there was interesting because like the people we were going with, like they literally crashed into us into a rental, and we were like, the fuck, so we just had to keep going anyway. That was my first car accident, y'all, like for real. Okay, we get to Airbnb, and hold on, y'all, because my memory is sometimes, so when we get to Airbnb, and I literally remember us like setting up like, you know, like rules, but not really, about like what the fuck we gonna do with the room because we're sharing it, right? Okay, one of the things I said was, no niggas in the fucking room, like no boys in the room, because like I don't want you to do something in the same day I'm about to sleep in. Like I'm not that type of friend. I'm sorry, but no, not right now. Right? I vividly remember telling her that, and then like she was like laughing it off, but like I'm like that's actually, but it's like no. Okay, so one of the girls that were with us on that trip, she invited like military guys. I don't know if this was like the day we got there. No, it wasn't the day we got there. It was like the next day because we were only there for a weekend. Okay, so it was the next day, and she invited these military guys. I don't know, y'all. They weren't even my type at the time because I was single at the time, right? So they weren't even my type or anything. So I wasn't really like, so they had came in and they got hella drunk. Like one of his friends literally got too drunk and like to the point where his other friends were embarrassed, and it was like, bro, because he was throwing up everywhere and it was too much. But I didn't know this because I was in the room chilling when they got there, because I wasn't even like on that trip to even like meet any like guy or anything. I was just there to actually see Callie because like I never been like for real, like damn. So I'm chilling in the room, minding my business, y'all, on my phone. Why does my friend at the time, my close friend, come in talking about she needs a room after we just discussed like the boundaries we had with sharing shit, like So I'm like, what the fuck, like bro, like I'm like, what the fuck. So I didn't want to be like a cock blocker, so I like got up and I left, but I was just like, bro, what the fuck at first. So then I left them. They were doing what the fuck. I don't know. They didn't do anything. They didn't end up doing anything. But I was just like, bro, what the fuck? You were trying to like, The reason they didn't end up doing anything because the guy, their friend got too fucked up to the point we had to go home. Like they had to call an Uber and go the fuck home because he was embarrassing. So y'all need to watch y'all liquor or y'all friends. So boom, they go home. I'm thinking it's over, y'all. So I go, since she told me nothing happened in the fucking bed, I go to sleep right on my side. Boom, I'm sleeping. I'm thinking it's done. No, here she go with one of her friends' cousins. I'm like, hey. So now, like, they're and they come to the room and I'm like, no niggas in the fucking room. Like, what the fuck do y'all not like? Yo. And then I was pissed because they went when I was sleeping and they fucking woke me up, and then they was literally in the bed fucking, they were kissing and shit, and I didn't want to hear that. Like, that's, bro, that shit is cut. Like, she's burnt out. She's hella burnt out for that. So I'm like trying to get the nigga out to the point where I had to literally get up, turn on the light, and I'm like fucking screaming because they were just like fucking kissing there and shit. And I'm just like, bro, I'm trying to fucking sleep, and you're not fucking leaving the room while I'm telling you to fucking leave the room. So I'm over here screaming and shit, and then everybody's like, what happened? Yeah, because everybody else is still out there partying and shit. And I'm like, this nigga's kissing. That's what the fuck is happening. This nigga's kissing. How the fuck? So then they get the fuck on, right? And then I'm thinking I'm cool, and then that's when I went back to sleep, and then that's when the guy came, and then like he was on the bed, like he was literally in the bed laying with her, y'all, and she's in the fucking middle, and he's on the other side. But like I can just fucking hear the kissing noises. That shit is so fucking disgusting to me. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Why the fuck are you in my bed? Why are we breathing the same air right now? Like, get the fuck on. So then they got the fuck on. Boom, did they what the fuck they have to do? Then I guess she came in and like I was asleep, and I was just like already sleeping at that point because I was fucking tired. Like y'all know I be sleeping early as fuck. So then like after that, like I'm pretty sure like we woke up. And then, like, we were talking about that night, and I was like, low-key laughing it off, but it was just like, I feel like she could feel the tension. So she said sorry, but it was like low-key bullshit though. Like, what? It was weird. So then, I just wanted to go home. So I just waited. I went home. I'm thinking we're cool. Then, something happened at the Airbnb, like, our door got locked or whatever. And I had to bust it open because everybody had their shit in there. Because one of the military guys, one of them drunk niggas, locked my door, like, the bathroom door, and then the other door from the other room. So I'm just like, we can't even get in. So I had to bust it open. And they talking about $500. I'm like, I said, who paid that? I ain't pay. But when she told me that, like, that shit just triggered me. Because that trip, like, I just didn't want nothing to do with that trip. I was trying to move on from that trip. And it disturbed me, so I, like, freaked out on her. But it's just like, bro. So then she's like, why you keep bringing up that trip? Like, you don't want to keep bringing up that trip. And I'm like, yes, bitch. Ooh. But I'm like, yes, girl, because, like, you're literally the person that did. Like, if I were to do that shit to you, and you felt the way I felt, like, you would have been tripping too. I don't care. And it was the fact that it's just the fact that we set that boundary before. I set that boundary before, and then, like, you still went and made it a goal. Made it a goal to pass it. Like, fuck no, bitch. So after that, like, I chose to forgive her, and then I thought we were cool. Girl was not cool, y'all. Like, she really felt some type of way about me, and I did not know. And she was playing it friendly. I don't even know for how long, but I knew something was up because when I kept asking to hang out with her, she would say no, but she'll be with that nigga. Okay, that nigga that was laying in the bed. Yeah. While I'm over here freaking out, she over here laughing, and I'm over here fucking yelling, like, get the fuck out of my room, type shit. Like, no. So yeah, like, I just started out, like, every time I hang out, she'll act like she's busy, but she really be like other people and shit. Like, she just was avoiding me. So I was like, girl, is we cool? I asked her to be cool, and then she was like, she said that she felt like kind of awkward because she had went to my repost, and then I reposted this video because I don't know if y'all seen where the girl pushed her friend in the pool, and then like somebody staged it and was like, that's why you need to cut like male-censored friends off, and I reposted it. Oop, see my nose. I reposted it, and she thought it was about her. And I mean, shit, if the shoe fits, then it fits. But I said the shoe ain't fit. And she was like, but I already know like you was reposting about me. But I'm like, girl, if you really think it's about you, then you really are male-censored. And honestly, I'm telling this story, you really are male-censored. Like, damn. So I was just like, what? So I was like, okay, like you're hella weird for the way you treated me, because I was really like, I was really good friend to that girl, and she wanted to do some weird shit like that over a nigga, crazy, over like shit that could have been. Shit that shouldn't even happen, because if you would have just like, damn, like niggas was just so horny, like fuck. So then after that I was like, yeah, no, like I don't even want to be your friend. Like I don't even want to fight for the friendship because bitch, you're so fucking weird. That's just my bad. Because girl, you're weird for like even doing all that. Like you really saying you busy, you really hanging out with him. So after that I was like, yeah, I'm cool off you. Yeah, now I'm chilling, and that's just that. But I always be thinking like, am I tripping because like I literally had to cut off my other best friend because she was acting weird on the trip too, like, or do I just trip about every day? But like, girl, no, people really be like weird. But yeah, that's my story time. Y'all let me know if I'm dead wrong.
My boyfriend got my little sister pregnant. Yeah, while we were dating. My little sister is 3 years younger than me, and we've always had a pretty tense relationship. And that's because she's always wanted to copy everything I do. And not just when she was really young, it still happens to this day. But she wasn't copying me in a way of like admiring me. She would copy me because she was in some kind of competition with me. Like whatever I did, she wanted to do it better. If I had an outfit, she wanted to wear the same one, but style it better. If I did an activity, she wanted to join the same one and be better at it than me. That's how it's been our entire life. And I very quickly noticed that when I started dating, she started flirting with all of my boyfriends, and not subtly. She'd be like, you know, imagine if we would have met first. Like, you probably would have been dating me. But obviously you can't because you're with my sister, but like, if you hadn't met her, right? That's weird. That's just so disrespectful. I would bring this up to her and tell her that it made me really uncomfortable and I thought that it was weird. She'd be like, oh my gosh, you're so dramatic. You're so jealous. And my parents would say the same thing. They're like, Kelsey, it's your little sister. What are you talking about? She's obviously joking. Sorry, I don't think that's funny. And I have a pretty good sense of humor, if I'm being honest. So it just got to the point that I stopped bringing the guys that I was dating around my family because it just wasn't worth the drama for me, which is really sad because I'm really close with my parents, but I knew that if we went to any family holidays, she was going to be there and it was always going to just start a fight. So I stayed away. Things changed when I started dating my most recent boyfriend because it started getting more serious. We were dating for over a year and I knew that I needed to bring him around my family because that's what you have to do. You know what I mean? Also, I stupidly thought that maybe somehow my sister had matured and wouldn't act up anymore, but I was wrong. The first time she met my boyfriend, one of the first things she said is she's like, oh my gosh, if Kels ever misbehaves or treats you wrong, just let me know. I'll fix it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I always have your back. I was like, this is weird. Like, this is just a weird conversation you're having. She was also just being really touchy with him, wanting to always sit by him, was grabbing his arm, laughing at all his jokes. She was flirting with him. Like, I know what flirting looks like, okay? And I know what her flirting looks like because she's my little sister and I've known her whole life. Well, I pull her aside and I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna do this, okay? We're not gonna continue to do this. I can't. I'm tired. You gotta just be normal and stop flirting with all my boyfriends. And again, she was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize how insecure you were. Like, it's actually really sad that I'm the younger sibling and I'm just so much more confident, so much more self-assured. Like, if you were acting like this with my boyfriends, I would not be upset at all. Okay, well, you've never had a boyfriend, and there's a reason for that. I'm just gonna put that out there. About a month after this initial meeting, my little sister calls me and tells me that she has amazing news and that she's actually gonna be moving states and moving to the city that my boyfriend and I live in. Great. I was so excited for that. And not only was she moving to our city, she was gonna move into the same apartment complex that we lived in. Even better for me. So she moves to our city, moves into our apartment complex, and suddenly she needs help with absolutely everything. She doesn't have a car, so she needs to be driven everywhere. She needs help having everything built. She needs help with all the moving stuff. And guess who she asks for all of it? Yeah, you're right, my boyfriend. Coincidental? I think not. And it got to the point that they were hanging out and I didn't even know they were hanging out. He would get home and I'd be like, where were you? And he was like, I was with your sister. I was helping her do X, Y, Z. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean you were with my sister? Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. She just needed a favor. And so I went to help out. Like, she lives in our building. No, okay? He was making it seem like it was innocent. It wasn't innocent. It gets to the point that this is the biggest issue in our relationship. We're constantly arguing about it, where I'm like, I want you to stop spending so much time with my sister because you already know the previous issues that are there. And he was like, it's your family. I'm just trying to be a good guy. I'm like, okay, sorry, your loyalty is to me and I'm asking you to establish this boundary and you won't do it and it's weird. And we were just going back and forth for weeks about it. Finally, one day, my little sister comes to my apartment while my boyfriend and I are watching a movie and she just looks so upset. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what is going on? And that's when she tells me that she is pregnant, which I'm shocked about because she just moved to the city. I didn't know she was dating anyone. The only guy that she's been hanging out with is my boyfriend. See, at the time I didn't put that together because I thought that there was no way that he would do that to me, but yeah, just wait. But the person who was even more shocked was my boyfriend. He looked like he was about to projectile vomit. I was like, wow, they obviously have gotten really close. He is really concerned about her. And that's when I start asking her, I was like, okay, who's the father? Whose baby are you having? And she gets really quiet. She's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to tell you. I was like, why are you being weird about this? And obviously we know why she was being weird about this. Then she starts looking at my boyfriend. She's like, I mean, like, are you going to tell her or am I? She fully came in here ready to expose him, and he had no idea. It was just all going down right there in my living room. So I look at him. He looks absolutely sick. I'm looking at her, and low-key, she's smirking a little bit. She's happy about this because, again, everything's a competition, and apparently she won. She took my man. That's what she wanted this whole time. And I look at him. I'm like, no, please tell me that she's lying. She's making this up. And he can't even get any words out. I can see it on his face that, yeah, it's him. He's the father of this baby. So I absolutely lose it. I'm like, what are you even talking about? And he has the audacity to say to me, well, I know I cheated, but I only half cheated because it's your sister. You shared DNA. So it's like, it's not as bad if I was cheating with someone else. It's like, it's half cheating. No, I'm sorry. What man logic is that? I cannot. It's way worse to cheat with somebody's sibling than with a stranger. So obviously I kick him out. I'm like, you have somewhere else to sleep in the exact same building. So don't even feel bad about it. I don't want to see your face ever again. I look at my sister. I'm like, I don't want to see your face ever again either. My ex-boyfriend is now texting me 24/7, apologizing, saying it was a mistake. It only happened once, which I don't believe based on how much time they spent together. And my family keeps texting me, it's your little sister. Give her grace. People make mistakes. So people make mistakes? That was not a mistake. That was a betrayal. Haven't heard anything from my little sister though. Not one text, not one apology, because she's not sorry. She very much planned for this to happen. I know it. And I have absolutely no idea what's gonna happen next, but let me know if y'all wanna stay updated.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a little story time about the worst link up ever. So the boy named Red, we gonna call him Red because I did a story time about him before, so y'all can go find it anyway. So okay, cool. I was talking to Red for a good year. We never linked or nothing. We just be on the phone because he was on house arrest if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so my auntie had passed away, so he was begging to come pick me up, all that. And at the time, y'all, I was just literally going on dates because I just wanted to get out the house because it was like somebody passed away in my family. Like, I was really grieving. I wanted to be by myself, but it was so many people trying to take me out to eat, all that. So I'm like, okay. Y'all probably like, girl, what the hell? That's what I'm saying. I was young as hell at the time. So anyway. So, okay, cool. Red was like, can I come get you, Lily? Can I come get you? So I'm like, okay, let me see who else coming to get me. So I'm like, all right, babe, you come get me, Red. Because I was over my auntie who passed away house. Like, the whole family was over there. So I want to say me and him discussed that like around 11 o'clock, okay? 11 o'clock in the morning. So he said he was coming to get me at, I want to say 1. So, okay, cool. Around 12, he like, yeah, I'm finna be on my way. I'm alright, babe. So, like, I want to say 12:45, y'all. Like, he ain't text me or nothing. So I'm like, sure, it is what it is. So I'm still with my family or whatever. So one roll around, he ended up texting me like, Lily, I'm literally on my way. And I'm like, oh, I hope he ain't one of these boys. That be lame. So, like, honestly, y'all, I wasn't finna change. Shoot, he just asked me to go get some food with him. But at this point, it's 1:01. Like, you said you was coming at 1 o'clock. Baby, you play on my time. So, I want to say 1:15. He like, Lily, I literally just got pulled over by the police. All that. I'm like, what the hell? What you got going on, baby? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all, he taking pictures. He got pulled up on the side of the E-way, all this. So I'm like, okay. So 1:30 hit. He like, Lily, bro, I just called a flat. I'm like, see, look, we could just reschedule for another day. It ain't, you know, you the one that offered to come get me, baby. I got other plans tonight, so it is what it is. So he like, no, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. I'm like, baby, you don't got to do that. Like, you honestly do not got to do that. So 2 o'clock and he, Lily, I got the rental. I'm like, the rental? He, yeah. Wasn't you just in your car? Y'all, I don't know what happened to his car, but he said that he had to take it to the shop. But they gave him a rental, so now he on his way or whatever. So I'm like, this boy going through too much. He just need to stay where he at. So I think it was like 2:10. I had ended up going to my grandma's crib so I could finish up on some work. Because at the time, y'all, don't forget, I was a sophomore in high school, if I'm not mistaken. Sophomore or junior, y'all forgot. And my whole family, like, we stayed in the big old rectangle. Like, everybody stayed up the street from everybody. So cool. I think Red ended up coming like around 2:30, if I'm not mistaken. And he was like, I'm outside because I told you I had ended up sending him my grandma's address because he kept asking for it. So, all right, cool. I'm telling Granny, like, I'll be back, Granny. I'll be back. And she, okay, see you, sweetie. So cool, y'all. So as I go outside, I'm like, shoot, what a car at? Like, baby, where you at? And he texts me like, I'm right here. So, like, I'm literally looking, y'all. I'm like, what car he in? Like, what's... Y'all, why he in this little beep beep, little poo poo? Like, the car little as hell. I'm not judging the car, but like, y'all, it was little as hell. He like 6'1". No, he probably was like a good 6'3" because he was tall as hell. So I'm like, where you at? So he started beeping his horn. So I'm like, he right there. He right there. What? I'm looking down. I kid y'all not, like, if I stand up, the car probably was like this little. Like, I can't, like, it was so tiny. Like, it wasn't even one of them beep beep. It probably was smaller than that. So cool, I get in the car because, like, it's tinted up. It's so crazy, y'all, because the whole car tinted up. And I look in the back, y'all. He got a whole bunch of clothes in the back. So I'm like, what in the world? Is this a hoarding house? Like, what you got going on? So he, nah, man, I'm just using this car for the day. But he wasn't laying, though. I don't think that was a rental. But anyway, because he was driving it for a while. But I'll get into that. So cool, when he came and picked me up or whatever, I'm like, hey, you got to stop at my mama's crib because, no man, you got to stop at my mom's crib because I got to go get some clothes because I was spending out over my grandma's crib. So cool, OG stayed probably like 2 minutes from my grandma. We go over there. OG on the porch, you know, sitting on the porch and stuff. She looking like, who the hell? Who in this BB? I didn't lie to told her it was a female picking me up because Sam, y'all ain't gonna lie, I was a little item. And I ain't want people my bills in this life for real. But now I tell my mom everything. But anyway, so cool. We was riding around. He was cool as hell, y'all. Because I looked at him, I'm like, he cute. So, like, he get a little pants. Like, he was looking fine. But not you riding in this little beep beep. And then, like, we went out to eat and stuff. And, like, what he had on, I think it was just his face and his height, though, and the tattoos. Because other than that, y'all, I would have never kept talking to him. And then we had to make a couple moves and stuff. Like, he busting moves while I'm in the car. I'm like, hold on, baby, slow up. He like, ain't you gonna be with me for the night? And like, y'all, we done went to meet his family outlet. I'm like, please drop me off. It's too much. I did not stand up to meet your whole family, grandma, daddy, outlet. It was just too much, y'all. But yeah, and then I got some more because it was some more that happened between me and him. And so if y'all want to hear that, let me know. Because I did do a story time about how a female came to me woman to woman about him also. Yeah, I know. But y'all get back with y'all. Okay, that's going to be my last time talking to y'all for today. I think y'all had enough of me. So, see y'all.
Hey guys, so I'm back with my story time. Get ready with me. So this story time is going to be about how my family caught me with the secret boyfriend that I had. Okay, so I met this man at a party, a quinceañera, that I was not allowed to go to because I'm going to do another story time about that. But yeah. So I met him at quinceañera. We talked a little bit there, but like barely anything because I was actually into another guy during that time. But yeah, the most we talked was probably like a couple words and that's it. Okay, so this was July. Let's fast forward to October or September, I think. Okay, so it's now September. We're gonna call this man Ryan. So Ryan had requested me on Instagram, right? I didn't think anything of it here. I accepted it. I followed him back there, right? And then I had posted on my Instagram story, who wants to be added to my close friends. He put yes, so I added him, and he replied to my close friend story, and he was asking me if we were from the same pueblo or not. So yeah. Okay, we started talking from there, and he like asked me out on a date or whatever, like later on, and okay, like I said, he asked me on a date, but be aware that I have really strict Hispanic parents, so I was down, but I didn't know how I was going to be able to with my parents being so strict about me with guys, like literally guys, like they're so strict, like crazy strict. Let's not mind the lips, it literally fucking disappeared. Okay, but basically, right, so we never went on the fucking date because it was really hard for me, but we still could like continue talking. But when we first started talking, I was really clear that I wanted to just be friends with him, but man made me fall for him, I guess, whatever. But yeah, right, so yeah, so we started talking. Okay, the jazz when like you're in the talking stage, you guys go out. So as I said, I have really, really strict parents, so I had to lie to my parents about who I was gonna go with and how I was gonna get there, right? So one of my really, really close friends, Alondra, that's her real name, Alondra, thank you for literally always helping me out to go out with the freaking guy. So basically, Alondra's mom was gonna take us to the mall, right? The Irvine Spectrum, if you guys know what that is. She was gonna take us there. She was gonna drop us off, and he was gonna meet me there, right? So that was the plan. And my mom, she's my god sister, by the way, so that's why she freaking trusts her with her life. Okay, right? So I meet Ryan there, and then Alondra goes off with her little boo thing. So so she was helping me out. So the jazz, we were just at the mall, right? So the plan was that my friend was gonna get picked up by her mom, and the guy was gonna take me home. But that did not go as planned. So the guy that I was with, he took all of us home. We want to go drop off. He's a crazy jazz driver. So he was supposed to drive all of us. Oh my gosh, go to freaking part 2.
So another story time. My mom got married in 2008 to this man. They got tested for STDs. They had the church wedding, everything. Then they moved away. I stayed here with my grandparents. My mom gets pregnant. She finds out she's pregnant with twins at her first ultrasound. They call her back in, and at first she thought, oh, it's because I have diabetes. Like, this is normal. They did the same thing when she was pregnant with me. They said, no, ma'am, you have HIV. She was absolutely distraught because what do you mean I have HIV? I've been married to the same man. We got tested. I don't understand. Believe it or not, when they went to go get tested for the STD, they stood in front of each other with the doctor, and he said, I don't have any STDs. And she said, I don't have any STDs. The doctor knew that the guy that she was going to marry was lying, but the doctor couldn't say anything because of the HIPAA Law Privacy Act. So he knowingly affected her, and he actually went to jail for it. Aside from that story, he also slept with his boss. This boss found out that she had HIV. Oh, by the way, he knowingly infected over 200 men and women. But out of those 200 men and women, his boss was one of those people. She found out that she had it, and she was so distraught, she stayed in the house for like 4 or 5 days. She didn't talk to anybody, even her boyfriend. Her boyfriend ended up catching it, and he was trying to reach her, but she couldn't talk to anyone. She was so distraught. And so on Mother's Day, she's walking out of her garage, and he ends up shooting her dead. And no one, no one knew exactly why until years later. It's insane. And her death was a result of him knowingly infecting her. There's so many more stories that are connected to it. It's absolutely insane. If you want to look it up, you can. But yeah, I thought I'd come on here and share. It's a little more heavier than my last story time, but yeah. I keep forgetting details, but also, you know how I told you my mom was pregnant? She was pregnant with twins, and she had them at 4 months old due to all of the stress endured because of this situation. So my brother was born with cerebral palsy, and my sister just has autism. But they both endured tons of surgery, and they were not supposed to live. Born at 4 months, they were not supposed to live, but they did, thankfully enough. My ex-boyfriend proposed to me and had a fiance back home. Let's get into it. This is an old story, y'all. This was back 2018, okay? Boom. Now, I done told y'all, I never had a battle boo, a basic training boo, or AIT boo. I ain't have none of that. So as soon as I got to my first duty station, which was Fort Hood, not gonna lie, I was looking for the hoe. You feel me? A girl was looking for the hoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the hoop sessions. I'm going to the gym on the regular because I'm trying to find a hoe. But me, I ain't never been the type of girl to really like hoes. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a relationship girl. That's just who I am. As soon as I feel like, I kind of like you. You kind of cool. You might as well go ahead and be my boyfriend. So I end up meeting this dude playing basketball. He was the quiet dude. Ain't say too much. Didn't talk a lot of shit. I'm like, oh, I like you. You quiet. I love when they quiet. I love when a man just shut the fuck up. Boom, we hit it off. Then there, we start talking every day. That turns to him coming to my barracks room every day. Shit is smooth. Like, you're in my face 25-8 and I'm in your face 25-8. As soon as I get off of work, I'm going to see you or you coming to see me. One or the other. Our relationship was really never rocky. Like, I would post him on my social media all the time. He would post me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Everything was smooth until one day. I just so happened to post a picture of my shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at me and my shit. I post the picture late at night. I go to bed. Wake up in the morning. My comments are going stupid. So I'm like, what the hell is these hoes talking about? Is one specific comment. I don't remember what she said verbatim, but it was something along the lines of, oh, I know that's not my man. And people under her comment like, girl, what's T? What you talking about? I click on her page. It got her initials, his initials, Lil Lock. He's that corny ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm 18. But her page is private, so I can't even see the girl. But I know my man initials. I know that for a fact, and I know that. Bitch. So I asked him about the shit. I'm like, who this? He like, oh, that's my ex. We ain't got nothing going on. She won't leave me alone. Blah, blah, blah. Whoop-de-whoop. My stupid ass took his word. So that was strike one. Once we addressed that situation, never came up again. It was dropped. Never heard from her. Like I said, I was with the dude every day. You know what I'm saying? So when are you talking to her or seeing her? Like, there's no way. Next thing I know, he ends up getting an engagement ring and proposes to me. Yes, I said yes. Yes, I said yes. Yep. So fast forward maybe a week, maybe two, baby. I was engaged for maybe 7 to 14 business days, okay? We pull up to San Antonio, which is crazy. That's where I'm stationed at now. Pull up to San Antonio, go see his family. We sit in a car. Car play, come on. Mind you, his family in the backseat, his cousin and his... Wait. Hell, I think they're his cousins. So anyways, they sit in the back seat. Now, the girl, I'm cool with her. Like, she loved me. I love her. You know what I'm saying? We always chop it up, chop it down. We ordering some food. Next thing you know, a number pop on the screen on a car play. And my man driving. So I just look at this shit. I'm just like, oh, somebody calling you. He like, oh, it's a bill collector. I'm like, oh, tight shit. Don't think too deep into it. You know what I'm saying? You tell me what it is and I just be believing it like a dumb, gullible, stupid bitch. Now, his cousin sitting behind me. She see the number and she recognize it. She tapped me on the shoulder.
And she said, remember that number, okay? Remember that number. So in my head, I'm like, the fuck? What I remember that number for? Like, damn, am I just slow? Am I just dumb? But I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna remember the number. Like, the fuck? That's the realest shit that bitch could have did. We drove home from San Antonio to Killeen, Texas, right? The number called him again. So I'm like, okay, this number calling again. I remember the number. So in my mind, I'm just thinking, oh yeah, as soon as we get to that house, the barracks. As soon as we get to the barracks and he lay that ass on my pillow, I'm looking through that motherfucking phone. And as soon as he closed his eyes, baby, I was in that phone. But I ain't gonna lie, I ended up falling asleep. I always got up earlier than him. So I get up early and I'm like, oh, this is my perfect opportunity to look through this goddamn phone. I'm looking through the phone, right? Can't find her number nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? This number ain't nowhere. I'm looking through the messages. I don't see shit. Probably like 3 messages down, he got a message from little sis. Now, last time I checked, bitch, he ain't got no sisters. So who is this? So I click the thread, I get to reading it. Oh, it's ugly. He in a message talking about, I love you, I miss you, you know what it is, you know what it is, you know what I'm saying? I ain't with this hoe for real, I'm getting this money up off this hoe. Oh. Oh. So me being me, I'm like, I don't want to address this in these barracks because I have a roommate, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get to hollering and hooting in this thing. So I'm going to just place the phone on his chest with the messages open. I'm going to just go to work. But you gonna know that I seen that shit. Not gonna lie, couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My heart was in the pits of my asshole. I looked at him sleeping in my bed and I tossed the phone on his chest like, yeah, bitch, wake up. What's this about? Like, who you talking about with your little sister? He like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. Bitch, get up! I'm like, yeah, I seen all the messages. I seen that you engaged, bitch. This man look at me dead in my face, lying, like trying to open his phone, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'm like, man, wake up! He starts sliding and deleting. So I'm like, oh, don't delete nothing now. And I ain't gonna lie, I was putting hands and feet to get to that phone. What you're not about to do is delete nothing. I know what I seen, and you're gonna sit here and read it in front of me, cause now I ain't gonna lie, trying to get to that phone, it sound like, you know when you taking a good shower and it's nothing but elbows hitting the wall? That's what it sound like in my room. So of course my roommate heard that shit. You know what I'm saying? It sounded like it's getting real domestic in that thing. Which we wasn't hitting each other. It was more so like we pulling on each other, trying to tug the phone out of each other's hand. That's really what it was. I get a knock on my door. It's the chaplain. Oh! Y'all gonna have to just wait for part 2. I don't never do this to y'all, but I have to give y'all part 2 because it's a lot to unpack.
Story time when my family caught me doing the nasty with multiple boys. This is not my story. This is one of my supportive stories, and they wanted me to tell it. But you know, everybody got that one cousin that they real cool. That one cousin that they do everything with. They go outside. That cousin is coming with them. So our whole family would literally call me and my cousin fast. Oh, you too fast for your age. You be doing all this other stuff thinking that you grown. Yeah, me and my cousin done heard it all. And I'm not gonna lie, thinking about it now, we was moving fast. We was moving grown. But fast forward, it was the 4 boys that me and my cousin was real cool. It was the 4 boys and me and my cousin in a group chat. But every time we would all have a conversation together in the group chat, the boys would always be on some sexual stuff. Always talking about something sexual. So then one of them asked out of nowhere, would any of y'all girls do the nasty with any of us? So being truthful, we say yeah. So then they was like, all right, let's plan something for like the weekend or whatever, the Saturday night. Me and my cousin was like, all right. So then one of the boys was like, one girl does the nasty with 2 boys and the other girl do the nasty with the other 2 boys.
Yo, I'm in the mood to start a pot. I don't care. Let me tell you about the craziest roommates I've ever had in my entire life. Okay, here we go. Number 1. My freshman year, I moved in a little bit before my roommates because I went to like some kind of early summer program, whatever. I moved in like a week before everybody else. I was like, bro, I'm literally going to make so many friends. So anyway, my roommates come. Then I noticed that she keeps leaving her laundry basket right in front of my door every day before she leaves for class. I'm like, what does that mean? So I just like scooted over. So as soon as I open my door, it's like laundry. So I scooted over and, you know, put it in front of her door. This goes on for a week. Every single day when I open my door in the morning, basket of laundry right here. Eventually, the girl texts me. I wish I still had a text message. The girl texts me and she's like, we need to have an intervention in the living room right now. Whoa, Boogie, what's going on? There, mind you, there, and I'm right. Anyway, so the problematic roommate, we're going to call them Sarah. Sarah was like, I've been noticing that you haven't been doing my laundry. You need to start doing my laundry every single day. Like, I don't know what else I have to say, but you need to start doing my laundry every single day, and I'm not going to tell you again. What? And I was like, no. And she was like, you're the help, right? I'm gagged. I was like, no, girl, I go to school here. And she was like, oh. Then, literally the next day, she reported me to my RA for bullying. And I had to have an intervention. What? That was year one. That was year one. Then, year two, I moved out, obviously, and I moved into like an on-campus kind of apartment. I had a roommate who would literally pee on the floor in the middle of the night. This is her room, this is the bathroom. Like, pee in the middle of the hallway. She'd be like, oh, sometimes in the middle of the night, I just can't make it. I just can't make it. So she would just pee on the floor. Oh, and then she had this guy friend, and the guy friend ended up getting a girlfriend, and she would like vent to me and be like, oh my gosh, like he stopped paying attention to me, and like we were at the game and I was sitting on his lap and his girlfriend got so mad. Duh! That's literally this man, girl. What are you saying? So yeah, I am very excited to now be living in a 1-bedroom apartment with Justin and my dog. So yeah.
I don't know who the I was dating. For legal purposes, I will not be sharing any real names, so we're gonna call this person John. To set the scene, it's my freshman year and it's Valentine's Day. As I'm heading down the stairs, I hear somebody open the door behind me and it's like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse who? So he gave me his whole intro. Hi, my name is John. I'm a junior at Morehouse. I majored in blah, blah, blah. And you are just so beautiful. There's no way I could let you walk out of my life today. Like, ooh, laying it on thick. I was like, happy Valentine's, happy Founders Day, have a good day, goodbye. As I'm trying to end the conversation, he was like, wait. Will you be my Valentine? Like, can I take you out to dinner? I'm like, huh? Reminding y'all, this is my freshman year. I never had a boyfriend. I never had a Valentine. I'd never been taken out, like, on Valentine's Day. So I was just really in shock. This is the stuff that happens in movies. A random stranger comes up to you and thinks you're just so gorgeous that he has to take you out. That doesn't happen in real life. Like, we end up exchanging numbers. Great. For a little time context, my class was from 3:50 to like 5:05 and he wanted to go to dinner at 8:30. So all of this is happening extremely fast. I'm rushing to get ready and he texts me. He's like, I'm downstairs. I'm just like giddy with excitement. That didn't last long. I get to his car at the front gate and he doesn't get out to open my door. This man was in athletic clothes and slides. I thought we were going to Maggiano's. I don't think they'll let you in with slides. What is this? So he reaches in the backseat and pulls out this big old bear, this bag of gifts and chocolates and stuff. I wasn't expecting this, but oh, this is sweet. Maybe this won't be as bad as I initially thought. Red flags started piling up as soon as the car was put in drive. He complimented me the entire time. And I know you're probably thinking like, oh, Destiny, like you just can't handle a compliment. Imagine somebody every 5 seconds, you're so beautiful. You're so perfect. Bro, okay, I get it. Thanks. Y'all, we get to the diner. I was a server for 4 years. So me in the service industry, like I'm cool with servers. I don't really play that whole being rude to people in the service industry. The hostess said there was going to be wait for a table, but I didn't mind because I think she quoted us like 10-15 minutes. He goes, there's an open table right there. I'm like, whoa, player. We're not going to talk to her like that. So I'm like, I'm sorry. Like we're going to wait to the table that you want us to go to is open because I know what she's talking about. Like I know how this works. What are you doing? You need to apologize to her. He was like, I'm not going to apologize. I just want the best for my queen. You're who? You're what? Oh. We get inside to order and y'all, the man ordered for me. So the lady was like, is that all? And he was like, that's it. I said, Miss Girl, come back. That's not what I want. What? I end up going in the bathroom and I call my friends on group call and I'm like, y'all, something is up. And they're like, girl, just go out, give him a chance. I go back outside. I try to give him a chance and he's staring, not breaking eye contact. I'm like, oh, I can't do this. I think I'm gonna Uber home. He's like, no, don't Uber home. I'll take you home. Like I end up letting him take me home. As I'm telling my friends about this horrible experience, I realized that I'd never like kind of showed them who I was talking about. We had only exchanged numbers. I hadn't found his Instagram yet. I go and search his name. I search every rendition of his name. Nothing. Nada. Hold on, maybe I spelled it wrong. So I go back to our messages, see how he spelled his name. He told me that he was a Sigma that crossed his sophomore year at Morehouse. I'm like, okay. So let me just go to the Morehouse Sigma page and see if I can find him. Y'all think I found him? No. Let me not start jumping to conclusions. I go and ask him like, hey, do you have socials? Like, I know we didn't get a chance to switch socials. Like, he was like, nah, I'm not on social media. Isn't your major journalism or something like that? I don't really know how that works, but okay. I go back and tell my friends, I'm like, oh, well, apparently he doesn't do social media. All my friends are like, it's a good thing, you know, I like a guy without socials. That means he's not in the wrong answer. If you haven't figured out by now, I wasn't dating who I thought I was dating. He lied about who he was, and apparently I wasn't the first person that he had done this to, but I was probably the worst case of stalking he had done so far. If y'all care enough for me to continue telling this story, y'all will see the many ways in which his stories just did not line up, and I realized to this day I really still don't know who I was talking to. As a 23-year-old now, I would not let this slide, but I was 18, I was dumb, and I just kind of let the red flags fly, okay? And so if y'all don't learn anything from this, just learn to not be as dumb as I was. If you followed me for a while, you know that this story has a lot more parts to it and it gets crazy. So if y'all want to hear the rest of it, comment below. I don't know. I got 130,000 followers and I get 500 views. So it's probably going to be a good few of y'all that see this. But if y'all do see it, I love y'all. And let me know what y'all think.
I'm so sorry that I kept you guys waiting, but I seriously was living the situation up until a couple of hours ago. Quick recap, I went out with a guy that I matched with on Hinge on Saturday night, and it ended up going absolutely terrible. So it's me and my friend. He tells us to show up to his Airbnb at a certain time to pregame with like all the rest of his friends. Right when we get there, off the bat, the vibes are off. There's like 3 other girls there. They're getting ready. I introduce myself. Like I walk up the stairs and I'm like, hi guys, like I'm Winnie, nice to meet you, because I'm not the bitch that's not about to say hi. When they said hi, it was just like very cold, very annoying. And the Hinge match kept saying like, God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I had to bring you guys into this vibe. Let's go up to the roof and just like drink there. So we go up to the rooftop. He's chatting about how it's his birthday, how he had rented this Airbnb and how they were being absolutely terrible. Like they didn't care that it was his birthday. They didn't want to go to any of the places that he wanted to go. And I felt really bad. So me and my friend, we were like, look, just hang out with us. Like, we're going to go out, we're going to have a good time, and we're going to celebrate your birthday. I did start to notice, though, that he was starting to pay more attention to my friend, like ask her more questions and just be a little bit more intrigued in her life. It's not really important to the story, but I just wanted to give you guys, like, the vibes. So it's me, my friend, Hinge guy, his friend. He really wanted to go to this club called Havana, so it's his birthday. We're like, you know, we're gonna do whatever you want to do. His friend calls the Uber, we go down from the roof and we leave and we get in the Uber. The moment we get out of the Uber, I realize that I didn't have my purse. So I'm looking around for my purse. I'm looking at them. I'm like, guys, I don't have my purse. The Uber is driven away. Can you try messaging the Uber? I'm talking to his friend at this point because his friend's the one that called the Uber. Like, can you try messaging him and asking him if the purse is in there? He's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But chances are your purse is probably in the house. You probably left it there or you probably left it on the rooftop. I was like, you know what? You know, at this point I was a little bit tipsy. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, probably. Honestly, it's probably there. So like, no big deal. I also really did not want to ruin this man's birthday and make it about myself. So I was kind of just like, okay, like hopefully it's at the house. It probably is. And then we can just have a good night. We're at Havana. We're having a good time. I kind of noticed that like at this point that he's like really interested in my friend. So I'm starting to just get like turned off. I'm like, okay, like whatever, you know, it is what it is. After a couple hours, we were lit. We were like, let's head back to the Airbnb. And here's where shit got stressful because it escalated so fast. The moment we get back to his Airbnb, he's like, shh, shh, be quiet. You have to be quiet. The girls are sleeping. Like, don't say a peep. Like, don't say a word. He's not even letting us stay in the house. He's literally saying, go back up to the roof where it's cold as hell. We were drinking. He's like, shh, shh, every little thing we say, if we giggle, if we talk, he would be like, shh, shh, shh. Meanwhile, we weren't even being loud. Like, we were trying to be as respectful as we possibly could be. But it was the fact that every little noise we made, this man was like, guys, you guys are being too loud. It was like, honestly, it just gave me, like, it gave me the ick. Like, we get up to the roof, we're talking, we're telling him, like, how cold we are and how we want to go back inside. And so he's like, fine, like, let's go downstairs. I'm thinking he's going to take us to the kitchen. No. He takes us down one flight of stairs because there's 3 flights of stairs in this condo. It's like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 rooftop. He takes us down the first flight of stairs and like pushes us into his room and locks the door and like closes the door. It was at this moment that I remembered that I still hadn't found or looked for my purse. So I tell him, I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot to look for my purse. Have you talked to the Uber? I look at his friend and I'm like, hey, have you talked to the Uber driver? Have you heard anything? He's like, no, I haven't heard anything. I'm like, can I go and like look in your kitchen? Maybe I left it on the roof. He looks me dead in my eye and is like, shh, shh, no, you can't, no. I'm looking at him in shock, in disbelief. I'm like, what do you mean no? I need to find my purse. My keys to my home are in there and the keys to my car are in there. If I don't find them, like, I'm literally stuck. He proceeds to tell me again, no, I'm sorry, but you can't go look. By this point, his friend had left the room and disappeared. It had been like 20 or 30 minutes now. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, can we try to contact the Uber? Like, can we please do something? Because us just sitting here and you guys just staring at me is stressing me out. Like, I'm getting nervous. Like, I need to find my shit. At this point, I'm starting to cry. Him and my friend are sitting on the bed. I'm like scooched into a corner, like balled up, crying. Him and my friend are looking at me like I'm fucking insane. I am pleading with this man to please let me go check the roof. Let me go check the kitchen. Like, let me just leave this room. And he's still saying no. At this point, I don't feel like my friend is supporting me at all, and it's 2 against 1, and I'm feeling very, very ganged up on. So I'm like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the bathroom because there was a bathroom attached to the room. I'm like, and you guys can sit here, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna call Corey, my baby daddy. I go into the bathroom because talking to them is not helping. I am still drunk and I'm trying my hardest to still be respectful to this man. So I go into the bathroom, I call Corey crying. Corey is like stressed out. He's like, what's going on? What's happening? I'm telling him what's happening. I'm like, I'm trying to tell them I need to find my keys. I need to find my car keys, you know, and my house keys because I can't get into my house. Like I'm explaining this to Corey. Corey's like, I don't understand. Like, what's the issue? Like, why can't you look for your shit? And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, no one's listening to me, dude. Not even my friend. Like, she wasn't even listening to me. Yes, I was intoxicated, but at the same time, like, I was still very much aware that I needed to find my shit. My friend whips open the bathroom door and she's like, we can hear you talking out here. Like, we can hear you talking shit. And I'm like, okay, but you guys are not helping me. So I had to call Corey to be like, hey, come help me because they're not helping me. I felt like no one was listening to me. It was giving like angry black women freaking out for no reason. At that point, I was really mad at my friend. I had cussed her out because I was like, leave me alone. She ends up storming off. I think she ends up like leaving the room and she's like, fuck it, I'm out of here. She storms off, she leaves. I'm sitting there like crying to Corey, like, hey, like, what do I do? I'm still begging this man, like, can I please just go check? Like, let me just go look. He's still saying no. About 5 minutes later, my friend tries to call me and tells me like, let's go. I called the Uber and I'm sitting here like, no, I already called my child's father. I don't want to hop in the car with you and just be screaming at each other. Like, I'm not arguing with you about this. Like, I'm not doing it. So I completely was like, you go. So she ends up leaving. And another reason why I didn't want to leave is because I still didn't have my shit, right? Like, they didn't even live in Georgia. The moment I would have left, I would have never heard from them again. So I'm talking to the Hinge guy. It's just me and him at this point. And I'm like, can you go ask your friend if the Uber driver has said anything? Like, give me the Uber driver's number. Like, I will go, but like, I need some connection so that I can try to get my purse back. He's screaming back at me like, why are you blaming us? Like, we didn't do anything. He's talking about him and my friend. He's like, we didn't do anything and you're getting mad at us. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not getting mad at you guys. I am just like asking for empathy. Like, help me find my bag. Like, actually care at the fact that I lost my shit. I do take responsibility for losing my shit. That's all on me, but I'm just asking for you to maybe care? Like, what? I really did try to fit this whole story into 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to go to part 2.